Hello, this is Sister Marie Thérèse, and welcome to my first book critique. Let's get started! My first and featured text for this book set is Cathedral, the story of its construction by David Macaulay. This is an informational book that follows the story of the construction of a Gothic cathedral in the fictional 13th century French town of Châteauroux. The reader is invited to accompany the generations of townspeople who dedicate themselves to the creation of this magnificent building for the glory of God. I chose this book because of the way it presents the theme of beauty. For thousands of years, architecture was the most common medium of art, and in Europe, its most common purpose was to lead humanity to the contemplation of the divine Creator. My first lesson plan follows the 6th grade social studies standards for Indiana, where I will most likely be teaching. While studying medieval times and cultural development in Europe, the students will be invited to do research on a historical monument of their choice. They can create a website through Google Sites or a similar platform. These projects can be used for future classes to view, and the children can also share them with a wider audience through publishing them publicly through Google. My second lesson plan follows the catechetical curriculum for grade 6 in the Diocese of Fort Wayne, South Bend, my home diocese. In this lesson, I would like to invite my students to have a group discussion on the theme of beauty and how it teaches us about God and invites us into a deeper relationship with Him. I have created a Poplet, an interactive webmaking tool in which ideas about a topic can be grouped together. If the students have their own technology, they can be invited to join the Poplet and add their own popples. Various different forms of media can be added to the Poplet to share with the group. For example, I've added a 360 tour of the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, France, for the students to view and be inspired by. Hopefully this activity can plant a seed into their hearts, igniting within them a greater desire for God, as well as helping them to share a new appreciation for the beauty of God with others. The Poplet can also be published publicly and downloaded as a PDF to allow for future sharing. Along with Cathedral, I have read 7 other wonderful books. The first of these is Finding Winnie by Lindsay Maddock and illustrated by Sophie Blackall. Telling the story of the world's most famous bear, readers are invited to fall in love with Winnie, a cub from Canada who was rescued by Captain Harry Colburn during World War I. Readers can follow their journey together across the ocean to England, where Winnie ends up making a new friend, Christopher Robin. Next, we have Sister Anne's Hands by Mary Beth Lorbiecki and illustrated by K. Wendy Pop. This book tells the story of Sister Anne, a loving and playful African-American sister who is assigned to teach 2nd grade at an all-white American Catholic school in the 60s. It is impossible for the reader not to be moved by the sacrificial love and perseverance that she displays. Then we have Snow by Ulrich Schulewitz. This cute little story follows a little boy who against all odds is sure that it will indeed snow in his hometown. I thought that this story was a very beautiful and playful allegory of the power of joy and faith. Following our wintry theme, I read The Big Snow by Berta and Elmer Hayter. Set in a climate like the northeastern United States, the author tells the story of all the animals and how they prepare for winter. This would be a great book for young children in increasing their awareness of the little creatures that they see every day. The 6th book that I read was The Adventures of Beagle, the Unimaginary Friend by Dan Santat. Beagle is an imaginary friend who has no friend and continues to wait for the day that a child imagines him. Tired of feeling discouraged, Beagle decides to do what no one has done before and finds his friend, leading to a life full of exciting adventures. The 7th book that I read was What Do You Do with a Tale Like This, authored and illustrated by Steve Jenkins and Robin Page. The book seeks to help children identify 30 different animals by teaching them the unique body parts that each one has. It is presented in a very playful and creative way that is sure to be enjoyable for little ones. And finally, we have Journey by Erin Becker. This beautifully crafted story follows a little girl who is stuck in a boring and lonely life. That is, until she takes a magical red marker and through her drawing enters into a magical world. There is no text in this story, giving the reader the chance to narrate what is happening with their own creativity. And that is my first set of books. Make sure to keep an eye out for set 2, and thank you very much for watching.